Good morrow, everybody. My name is Robin, also known as Sunny Side Up Gal, and you are my sunny side up pal. That's right. That's right. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope, I hope that you like the video. Actually, you should go ahead and like the video because I don't hope. I know.
I do. Okay?
If you haven't already, please consider giving me a subscribe. And if y'all didn't know, I offer memberships now. It's $1.99. That's like $2 plus tax. You will not be disappointed in losing those $2 every month. Okay? And if you are a returning person, a subscriber, thank you so much for returning and coming every time that we're together. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you. Today, we are just going to react to some random videos from the hashtag Fat Activism. And what I'm going to do, if you are new here, we just scroll through and just have a good time. We do a little scrolly. We pick a random video to react to, and we go from there. And you know what? We just talk a little trash. Have a little fun with it. Let's do some searchy. We're gonna go and pick some really insufferable ones. Okay, this one says, me existing while fat online. Okay, first of all, she doesn't look very fat. Let's look at her account. All right, bear pasta. Post? Bear post. Okay, they. Not very, I guess technically fat, but not as fat. Not as fat to say I'm just existing as a fat. I don't know. She looks above average for American. I'm not sure if she's American. Are they? Bear post. I've never heard of them. Oh yeah, Detroit. Never heard of them. Let's look at their stories.
I used to think that every single outfit had to show my waist to say, hey, I'm actually not that fat. Might be a
I actually don't think she's that fat.
millennial curse, but I'm talking tied, I'm talking tucked, I'm talking always has to show the skinniest part of me.
I don't think that that's attempting to look skinny. I just think that lines exist, right? When I say lines, I mean like, I think that you should drape articles of clothing onto your body in a way that it doesn't necessarily mean flattering, but more like makes sense. Does that make sense to anybody? Like you wear whatever you want. If you want to look like a carnival tent, then look like a carnival tent. But if cinching a waist to her, I think what she's getting to is that it's fat phobic to do something like that. Me not know. But like if cinching a waist works good for you, that's because your your silhouette requires it. It looks good on the silhouette that you were born with or whatever.
But I want to say, being able to experiment with silhouettes and wear baggier clothes.
I don't even think that looks bad. I mean, where are you going? Are you doing chores around the house or are you going out? Because it looks like pajamas. That's it.
I feel like it makes me so much more fashionable. It makes me so much more free and have options. So this is what I'm wearing today.
Fashionable to who? Zeph? Zeph Nation? Are you like high couture? Like, you work for Kanye?
All angles, not showing you how skinny I am because fashion isn't about that.
Yeah, I don't think, I knew it was gonna go there. I don't think that like wearing items that do that to you, like cinch you in the center, is about, listen, it is for a lot of people. Okay, she's right. It is for a lot of people. Like you want to show off a waist that you're not like built like a refrigerator. But I also think there is a science to like reasons why that looks good on a specific body type. Does that make sense? Like you're not really trying to show, because not everybody's skinny, right? Even if you have a little bit of an hourglass, not everybody, The hourglass shape is not a requirement of a skinny person because we've seen them on fat people. It's the silhouette looks best if draped properly. I hope I'm making sense. I don't know.
Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. We're gonna use Bear again. If you look at her profile, she actually, so yes, she's overweight. Yes, she's fat. However, let's agree she has a cute face. Let's agree she is curvy in the right places. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Let's look at clothing where she's working with her line. So she's wearing articles of clothing that fit for her, which most of her pictures, she does wear clothing. I know that is showing skin. You're like, ew, she's fat, she's showing skin. Yeah, okay, but these clothing items show off her waist, show off that she has a shape. So it works for her. I mean, those jean shorts, tight. Madam, what the hell? You're going to give yourself a UTI/yeast infection. Be careful. Be careful with the tight shorts, you guys. But anyway, even in a bathing suit, she looks good because what? She has the curves in the right places. She has a nice line. She's been blessed by the overweight granting gods. They've given her the obesity, They've given her the obesity in the right places. However, here she is wearing another frumpy outfit, just like from her story. You can't see her. You don't see her. What do you see, guys? Say it together. A big white t-shirt and a gigantic rectangle. So this is an article of clothing. This is an outfit, an ensemble that does not work for her. And let's look for one that actually does work for her. So even here, again, you can see she's lumpy dumpy, but she's not dumpy. She's just lumpy. She's fat. However, she's wearing an article of clothing here, an article of clothing here that works with both of her lines. So she's wearing an ensemble that works well for her. So she's got basically 3 circles. She's got a circle head, a circle here, and a circle here. So she's cut herself off here with both her midriff and clothing that kind of like cinches there. It works well for her. I'm not saying that she looks skinny. I'm saying that she has a body and she's putting items of clothing that fit the body well. Does this make sense? So here, this outfit, not a big fan. However, removing the patterns and all that jazz, it works for her again because she's draping articles of clothing that fit her curves just right. And in doing so, I think she holds herself more confidently. Yeah. She brings up like the fact that she's not in a smaller body, but she has honestly been blessed with the body type that she's was born with because she's she's cute. Like as far, I mean, yeah, she's overweight, she's fat, but she is carrying the weight correctly, and not everybody can do that. Not everybody is blessed like that. So here, oop, I liked it. You know what? I'm gonna give her that like. I'm gonna give her that like. I see, and what I've been telling y'all, it's okay to use your waist, your midriff as a cincher, as a line cutter. But see how she dresses right. I think she said, "Stop sucking it in." I don't think you were sucking it in. She had another shirt. Here it is. Here it is. See, this looks, I mean, the shorts, too tight again. Your coochie. Ouchie. Your vagina. But anyway, this looks cute on her again because she's wearing clothing that drapes over these damn curves really well. This is a cute outfit for her. And that's my rant. That's my little tangent, you guys. Wear what works best for your body type. Because if you don't, you first of all, you know instinctually what works well for your body type. If you're like, ugh, I don't know, do I look weird in this? Yes, you do. Change it, right? She looks like a giant rectangle. And humans have curves. Humans are not giant rectangles. And that's not fat phobia. That's that's a fact. No human is shaped like this.
It doesn't have to be. Wear something baggy today.
She's correct though. Fashion is subjective. Like wear whatever the fuck you want and what makes you look comfortable. But I mean, humans are visual creatures and we want to see things that look good. So if it doesn't look good, then it just doesn't look good. Oh, I hope you were even able to see that. I didn't realize that the angles were all fucked up. All right, so this is Bear post again. This is from almost a year ago. Let's read it. Being fat online means getting flooded with unsolicited health advice from strangers who suddenly think they're doctors. But let's be real, fat phobia, medical bias, and lack of access to quality healthcare harm far more people than obesity ever could. On if I were to put the amount of deaths from obesity that have nothing to do with like medical fat bias, So like somebody went to the doctor and was like, "Hey, I have a stomach ache." Well, it's because you eat like shit. Then it turns out they had cancer and they died from cancer. If you put everybody's death from obesity that had no relation to like medical fat bias, and then you put all of the deaths from weight stigma leading to misdiagnosis, delayed treatment, and worsened health outcomes, and fat phobia and medical bias, and the lack of access to quality healthcare, this is gonna weigh way more than this. You being obese is the amount of they just said, let's be real. Fat phobia, medical bias, and lack of access to quality healthcare harm far more people than obesity ever could. That's already look at the scale. Obesity affects 75% of Americans, and this weight stigma, fat phobia, medical bias does not affect every single person who's been obese. So, lawyered.
Boom! Lawyer.
If you're really concerned about health, start by advocating for equitable medical care, not policing strangers' bodies. Oh, and being hateful online, that's just embarrassing. So, as somebody who has personally been bullied by medical fat bias because I am and have been overweight most of my whole life, and then I had a cancer scare a couple of years ago, and actually almost 3 years ago, and I had a doctor tell me that I should exercise when I was bleeding really, really heavily from this health issue, this cancer scary. I had a polyp in my uterus, and he just wanted to band-aid it and didn't really like care to look into things. I still personally believe that your nutrition and your lifestyle are worth so much more than like worrying about a doctor who's gonna just coddle you, I guess. And that's from somebody who has suffered and been misdiagnosed and got worse health outcomes thanks to a shitty doctor. Things are much better now that I'm in a smaller body.
Perspective. We know these are champagne problems. I mean,
All right, I'm gonna mute this because I don't know if it's copyrighted. It's a song. Okay, it says me existing while fat online. You're unhealthy. But here's the secret. Fat phobia kills more people than obesity does. No, it doesn't. You're wrong. I've already proven you wrong in court.
Kaboom! You've been lawyered.
Okay, this is a weird take. Oh my god. Okay, where do we draw the line? Because it seems like society decided it's about 5 years old. Just look at these statistics. Okay, the US National Beating Recorders Association states that 40% to 60% of girls aged 6 to 12 are concerned about their weight or becoming too fat. The Butterfly Foundation reports that 33% of girls aged 11 to 24 in Australia avoid social activities due to body image concerns. A study by the Girl Guiding Organization found that 63% of girls aged 7 to 21 in the UK feel they need to look a certain way, and 61 feel the pressure to be thin. According to the Canadian Women's Foundation, 60% of Canadian girls aged 6 to 12 worry about their weight. The German child, okay, whatever. I'm not going to read all these statistics. This is serious. This is debilitating. This stunts the advancement of women. This affects children. This causes mental health issues. I get so much hate every single time I say healthy does not have a shape, but I stand for it. Disgust, humiliation, judgment, and shame aren't the answer. They're the problem. We need to do better. We need to be kinder to ourselves and to others. So I've never believed that shaming somebody is going to make them choose better choices. I don't think bullying I don't really think that you can bully somebody. I don't care to bully anybody to like try to eat better or be skinny. It's none of my business if they want to stay fat, whatever. My problem is the spread of misinformation. Um, the fact that they're comparing they're like, when does it draw the line? It makes me feel like they think that we should be calling this little girl fat if you're looking at the screen. I know that's probably not what they're saying, but like they're basically saying, look at this adorable little belly on this little girl, and then this lady has a belly. Suck it in. Don't you have any self-respect? Is what the caption says. We need to do better. We need to be kinder to ourselves and others. Let's see here. Healthy does not have a shape, and I stand for it. Discuss humiliation, judgment, and shame aren't the answer. So what I think the answer is proper education on like actual legitimate nutrition, not just calorie counting, like not just saying like, okay, eat whatever you want, but just like eat within this number, this magic number of calories, because not everybody has the ability to count calories correctly. I know it doesn't seem very difficult, but like people fuck it up all the time. Okay. I think proper nutrition advice, and like I personally am a big proponent of fasting. I think that people are eating way too often and like being told that that's okay to like graze all day, have a snack. You don't need to snack. Your next meal is in a couple hours. You can't survive a couple of hours. If you can't survive a couple of hours, you might have diabetes. When I used to see an athletic guy with a fat woman, I used to wonder if I used to think that the fat woman was so lucky. Full stop. This is not okay or true. Both partners are equally lucky to meet and join each other on the journey we call life. What I was doing in my head was idolizing thinness once again, and fat shaming came out as well. If your fat body can be chosen, so can mine. On top of that, it's not okay for me to put a thinner male body on a pedestal. Fat bodies exist in all genders. All bodies are beautiful and worthy. That's it. I think it's a preference thing, but let's see what she says. Okay, so
I used to see a fat woman with a fit guy. I used to think to myself, wow, she's so lucky. He chose her. That gives me hope. First of all, the only hope that we need is that I am choosing the right partner for me. Second of all, not okay for me to discriminate against men's bodies. Third, having
you can have a preference. I don't think it's necessary. First of all,
Ew, you're defending men?
just kidding. You can have a preference in body type. Some people are going to have more open minds surrounding what kind of body types they prefer versus people who have a specific body type or even a specific type of men.
different body types in a relationship doesn't determine the health or happiness of the
Having different body types in a relationship doesn't determine the health or happiness of that relationship. I agree. I don't think that there's again, it's a preference thing. So if you see there's a Alicia McCarville. I don't know if you guys follow her and her husband. I think they're an adorable couple, and I actually do believe that this guy, she gets so much hate, dude, because she's fat and her husband's like this super buff, like hot dude. But I totally think that they've been together since like high school. I think they're absolutely in love. That would be super weird if he was just sticking around because of some weird reason. But it's a preference thing. And also it's a love thing. You can't help who you love. And if they happen to be in a fatter body than you, like who gives a shit? But I also am okay with people who are like, I don't ever want to be with somebody who's like that. I also think it's okay for people to have a preference about their partner, like if they want to make sure that their partner stays in a healthy body type. Does that make sense? People are influenced by their partners. No matter what you do, you're influenced by your partner in some way. Now, some people are going to expect a person who has similar like diet, like health aspects, health mindset to them, because maybe they're easily influenced by their partner and they're afraid that they're not afraid. I'm not, listen, I'm just talking. They're concerned that being with somebody who has unhealthy habits that might rub onto them. Maybe their healthy habits will rub onto the unhealthy habited person. But regardless, I don't think that discrimination is a weird word to use. And I feel like the more often that you use like words like discrimination regarding just a preference is weird to me. Like, chill. It's a preference. If you want to be with fat people, if you don't want to be with fat people, that's your preference. You can't help who you love, and you can't help who you're sexually attracted to. So,
the relationship. Here's to self-growth, besties.
she was very, very put on, very, very performative. Kenzie Brenna, 334,000 followers.
Dear Kim, it's okay to not focus on your body this much. Life is so much more than just focusing on weight loss and beauty. I will try my best to not be affected by unrealistic beauty standards.
Okay, pant sizes don't matter. I tried on cute size 18 jeans recently, loved them, so cute, and then I went to try another baddie pair. 30 seconds later, a size up, and couldn't even pretend to do them up. Okay, well, clearly this one has more stretch, but absolutely, sizes, like pant sizing for women is so stupid. I really think that we should, like, pants should be gender neutral. Like, I feel like you should just know the cut that you want and then know your waist size or whatever size, the inseam that you prefer. Just like with guys. Like, guys, they have 2 numbers on their jeans. Why don't we have 2 numbers on our jeans? I want to know. I want a pair of jeans that's, a specific length long. And I like to know the waist number, especially if I'm buying clothing online. I like to know the waist number instead of size 18, size 20. I don't give a shit about that. I want to know the waist number because I'm a size 31 in Levi. Okay?
Guess what? This is a size 18 jean.
Yeah, guess what? Jeans are not 100% cotton anymore, even at Levi. What the fuck? So that's stretchy, but also good for you, I guess. She has like a good body shape, the whole good for you.
And this is a size 20 and I can't even do them up.
They also look less stretchy.
This is why your self-worth cannot rest on women's clothing sizes. It's so nonsensical. The sizes are just there for reference. They're not there to dictate your value.
I guess a lot of women measure themselves on like dress sizes. So, whatever. Is this a real? It is. All right. What is fat joy to you? Simply existing in a fat body shouldn't be a rebellion, but it is. Fat con is not just confidence. Oh, conference. I'm a dumbass. It's a rebellion of fat joy. We all express joy in our fatness in different ways. What is fat joy to you?
Fat joy. What does it mean? For some fat humans, it means unapologetically living in the body they have. For some fat people, it means showing off their body without shame. What does fat joy mean to you?
Okay. Responses. Not a lot. Just a lot of love this. This is so beyond expiring. Love this. I really want to reply, but I won't. Okay. Um, so this gal is actually, I think, on a weight loss journey. Fly for a ginger. And I think she's on a weight loss journey. Me and Angelica Unfiltered did a video where she was talking about her weight loss or something like that. And yeah, here we go. Here's her GLP-1 experience. And she still has a bunch of like fat activist items in her thing. So I think she's still in the fat activist realm. Let's take a look at her profile real quick. So super cute. She mainly posts like plus size fashion. She's got psoriasis, PCOS, and type 2 diabetes advocate on her bio. So yeah, mostly just fashion, but let's see. This does have the hashtag body neutrality, body neutral, body image, self-love, and GLP-1. GLP-1, why is it in the fat activist hashtag, I wonder? You know that we know the concern is fake, right? It's not actual concern for someone's health when you're lecturing and diagnosing a complete stranger. Fat people deserve respect, joy, and beautiful clothes regardless of their health sizes.
So I recently posted a video about me wearing a very beautiful gown. Someone left a comment, shame they didn't have it in your size. They're trying to say that I'm too big for the clothing. Funny enough, the dress was actually big on me. Anyway, this person responded to that comment. She said, we really shouldn't be making clothes like this in these sizes anyway. It's grossly unhealthy, and then to glamorize an obvious food addiction instead of seeking help and sharing the journey as well. Nope.
Honestly, I both get disgusted and applaud people who have the balls to like comment stuff like this. Because like she's not wrong in a way, but also it's mean. Like I don't think that they're wrong. I think using the words like grossly unhealthy. I think her word choice is a little bit too harsh, but I do believe that like first of all, I think everybody deserves clothing. If she wants to pay an extra amount of money to buy something that's like ginormous, then let her buy the dress. That's huge. I don't agree with this person's opinion as far as
Like that they shouldn't be making clothes in the sizes. It's grossly unhealthy and it glamorizes obvious food addiction instead of seeking help and share.
okay, so what is she supposed to do? Walk down the aisle fucking naked? Be smart, dumbass.
Celebrate putting people in early graves, all for big is beautiful. So I have some thoughts. It's really interesting that they're getting frazzled about a video of me in a beautiful dress and saying, no, you can't post that kind of content. You can only post the kind of content that I think is okay. Because if you feel good about yourself and you show other people that you can feel good about yourself in a big body, other people will think that they're allowed to feel good about themselves in the body that they have. The irony is this person obviously didn't go and look on my page and learn anything about me. She's just faking concern about my health, because if
Yeah, I think she's right. I actually agree with this video.
she looked at my
Like, if you have to, before you make especially now, since a lot of people are getting onto like GLP-1s, and they are I feel like a lot more people are choosing health. I like to see it that way. It's a good idea before you comment anything like super negative, to like check people's pages and make sure that they're not already on a weight loss journey, because that's what you wanted, right? Was to make them lose weight. Well, what if they're already on a weight loss journey? Then you're just basically bringing them down a peg for just to be a dick.
my content, she would know that I'm on a GLP-1 and I'm constantly sharing updates about my health. She's just focused on shaming people. And honestly, even if she saw that I'm on a GLP-1 and working on my health, it doesn't matter. The goalpost moves. It's, oh, well, you're not doing it the right way. You're cheating.
Yeah, she's right. She's absolutely right. People who are out there just to troll, they'll never be happy with whatever. Like, I've experienced like bullying on, it's going to happen on, especially on Instagram, but I've experienced even bullying on here where people just call me a dog and stuff like that. But nothing you do is enough for some people, you know? Like, oh, I actually, you know, yeah, I'm still fat, but I've lost 40 pounds and I'm still on this like weight loss journey. Okay, well, then you need to do this, this, and this. It's like, I am doing those things. It's just slower because of XYZ. Oh, you're always using that excuse. Yada, yada, yada. Like, there's nothing that's going to please these people. And they're just plants. They're just plants. They're just planted here by the universe to make your day shitty. So just ignore them.
You're not losing fast enough. It's really just, you don't like fat people. Someone existing in a bigger body, I just want to note this, doesn't have to be working on their health to be valid and to deserve respect.
I agree. Like, if you want to live in a fat body, and I've said this time and time again, if you want to live in a fat body and you don't care to lose any weight, I don't care. If you want to make, you know, Instagrams where you're wearing cute clothing and you have, you know, cute stuff going on in your life, cool, do that. My problem is when people spread misinformation about fat activism and they say that being obese is like obesity is a slur and being obese is totally fine, it's not unhealthy at all, and yada yada yada. That's my problem. If you want to live in a fat body and just exist, who am I to judge you? I will maybe I will probably judge with my husband and say this person eats like shit, but I'm not gonna go on God's internet and be like, you probably eat like shit, because what's that doing? Nothing. What's it doing to me? It's not making me feel better.
Y'all gotta come up with another.
Okay. Dan said he doesn't like fat people.
I'm a fat person. My partner's a fat person. When we first started dating, we went to dinner with a friend of theirs I'd never met named Dan. Dan is probably a mid-sized person. During dinner, we're chatting. I'm getting to know Dan, and Dan turns to me, looks me in the face, and goes, you know, I don't really like fat people. And so, of course, I immediately go, whoa, Dan, that is not okay.
I feel like that did not happen.
That you just said that. You were at dinner with two fat people, one of whom is your friend, and one of them is your friend's new partner who's trying to get to know you. That was really not okay. And it got super awkward, and I'm okay with that. So often when we set boundaries,
I'm so shook that you would just come on the internet and lie. Like, I can tell that this didn't happen. Why? How do I know that it didn't happen? It just feels that way.
people will be like, well, I just don't want to make it awkward. Dan made it awkward. I refuse to take responsibility for the awkwardness. I was just returning the awkward to sender. And suffice it to say, we never saw Dan again. I'm a fat person.
That's weird.
Finn is having a moment. The look is slim, sleek. Ooh, hey there, Slenderella. It's crisp, it's snappy. New Goldfish Crisp. 0 grams trans fat. 0. Very fish. Very
This is in the fat activism hashtag page. That's funny.
fabulous. Goldfish is definitely the new black. I mean, snack.
Okay. Holy shit.
Oh, somebody! Oh, he needs some milk.
Madame, that doesn't even look like a real body. That's strange. Okay.
Still am, though. I've tried and failed so many times I spent the entirety of my teenage and adult life right up to my early 30s fighting with myself, trying my absolute best to shrink myself into space society deemed as acceptably small, and what happened? I lost it, then gains it back more. The irony is, if I had just accepted that I was a fat person years ago, I wouldn't have ended up settling at a much smaller size. You want to know what happened when I finally let go of my fear of gaining weight and allowed myself to enjoy food without guilt? I stopped gaining weight.
Yeah, because you're already big. You stopped gaining weight, but you're that size. That's so strange to me that you'd be like, yeah, I stopped gaining weight. That's so strange to me. Weight cycling is horrendous for your body. Agree. Absolutely awful. The biggest predictor of weight gain is dieting. So the biggest predictor of weight gain is dieting. Are you stupid? Are these kids that are getting obesity at 5 years old on a fucking diet? Dumb. So if you truly care about a fat person's health, which trolls do not, no matter what they profess, you would tell them to stop dieting and going on insane restrictive fasts instead of join them in the movement of choice. Stop judging their food choices and facilitate better mental health by fighting fat phobia. Okay, let's just watch the video.
No.
So it says, when people ask if I'm going to try to lose weight.
No, and I never will.
That's great.
No, and I never will.
Okay. I don't think you've ever tried. That's so strange. That's give up culture, you guys. We hate that. We hate to see it, but let's look at her page. We hate to see give up culture because your life is worth so much more. Okay. Let's go ahead and give her a follow because I kind of have a feeling she's going to be fun. All right. Let's go to her Reels page. Take a look. All right. Norway is the home of my heart, the home of my ancestors, and maybe one day my permanent home. Every part of this country is beautiful. Can't wait to go back. We actually almost chose Norway for our first international trip, but then we decided against it. Okay, this says fat people deserve the same joy, dignity, and respect as anyone else in fashion, healthcare, love, and life. All I want to do is eat a croissant, wear a crop top, and get my routine checkup without being told to just lose weight. Is that too much to ask? I am a big proponent of wear whatever the fuck you want. I don't care if you want to be fat and wear a crop top. Am I going to judge? I don't know. It depends. Depends on if you know how to dress your body right. If you want to wear a crop top, are you wearing proper crop tops for your line? Does it fit well with your silhouette? Does it drop in the right area? I will judge if necessary. If it looks cute, it looks cute. Good. I feel like a lot of these people are like, I just want to go outside without being judged. People are judging me left, right, and center. Everybody's judging everybody, but also we're not. Like, also people in public are more concerned about themselves. So it seems very self-centered. I'm kind of over I'm over fat people like this where they're like, I can't, they've made being fat their entire life that any kind of like breath in their direction is fat phobia, basically. Okay, so it's a song. Okay, fuck fat phobia. I want to have everything they do. You could do that if you lost weight. Respect, confidence, clothes that fit, fair healthcare, love without shame, compliments. Okay, listen. You can literally have all of this. Even if you didn't lose weight, you appear to have confidence enough to shave your head, which takes a lot of confidence and bravery to do. I've never done it. I don't, scary. Fair healthcare. I feel like this one is iffy. I don't think that every single fat person experiences medical fat bias. I feel like that's like a handful of people. And I feel like a lot of the people who are like, this is medical fat bias, they're just telling me to lose weight. You do need to lose weight. That's probably, it's a great first attack of whatever's ailing you. Like if you go to the doctor because you have migraines, like sure, get the migraine medication, but also like it's probably because you're fat. Self-worth, that's a you thing. Again, if you want to have self-worth, reach within, right? That has nothing to do with if you don't have self-worth in a fat body, you probably won't have self-worth in a thin body because that's in here, in the heart. Compliments, surround yourself around people that'll give you compliments. Respect. I think everybody deserves respect. And in a face-to-face appearance, face-to-face meeting, I treat everybody with respect, So maybe you live in the wrong area. Maybe you're just surrounding yourself with shitty people. I don't know. Clothes that fit. They do make a lot of clothes for you folks, but also you wouldn't have to worry about your clothes not fitting if you stopped gaining weight. You have all the clothes in your pantry, all the clothes in your closet right now. If you just continue to just maintain this body that you have, your clothes will continue to fit. They don't shrink. You get bigger. And you can't expect clothing sizes to go to like 100. I'm not saying that they would, but you can't expect clothing creators to make these large items. And when they do make the large items, you can't expect them to charge you the same amount. You're going to be charged more because it's a lot of fabric. Love without shame. I don't really get that one because where's the shame in love? Oh, you want love, you want somebody to love you and not feel shamed to love you, then that person doesn't love you. I feel like love has no shame. There's no shame in love. If somebody loves you and they're like, and they don't want to show you to their family because you're fat or whatever, then I don't think that there's like a 10% lack of love, and move on, move on. They're not the one for you. Joy in my body. Again, that's in here. That's in the heart. Representation. There's representation. You are on the internet. What do you want? You want representation on Netflix? Bridgerton is like one of the biggest fucking shows on there. And then what's another one? I mean, all of these other shows, have representation of fat people on them. What do you want? What else could you ask for? Do you want a show that just has fat people on it? And then also, most people get their media on social media, real life people. We clearly see a lot of fat people in our phones daily. Dignity. Being treated with dignity or your own dignity? Because isn't that something that's, self? That's in here, right? Have dignity? Have some dignity. Yeah, that's a you. That's a you thing. But being treated with dignity, I feel like nobody's treating fat people as terribly as they could be. Okay, fat people deserve clothes, and fully acknowledging that even thinking I could find clothes in a store is a privilege that larger folks don't have.
I just wish straight-sized people could experience what it's like looking for clothes as a fat person.
As somebody who wears I'm mid-size, but I feel like my size, size 10, 12 is the most, what's the word? Popular. It's like the most average size in America, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that statistic, but I feel like very quite often when I was, especially when I'm at thrift stores and stuff like that, it's very, very difficult for me to find jeans in my size because they're all sold out because it's the most popular size. So is mid-size straight size? Does that still count?
In a store.
But also, what a weird thought. What a weird thought for somebody to think, I'm suffering, and it would be really nice for straight size people to also feel suffering. So fucking spiteful! I suffer, they should suffer, that's what I want.
One time. Just one time.
Marshalls.
She's sweating so much. Like, baby girl, you need some orange juice.
There are, I think I found 4 dresses my size on clearance that are like sundresses. That's it. That's it. Nothing in the regular racks.
Okay, but you're at fucking, what are you? You're at Ross or whatever. That's not a good choice to find plus size clothing. Plus, maybe they're all bought out, right? I don't know. It's not a good idea to, oh, she's at Marshall's. So that Marshall's is like where they send all the shit that didn't sell. So maybe all your shit sold. Maybe it's not there. Maybe they don't have it. But maybe, you know, not a great place to look for clothing your size. And learn your lesson and move on.
Can't find shit anywhere. It's crazy. What am I supposed to do? I like might have to not go to a fucking event because I can't find.
Oh, she's buying clothes for an event. I was gonna say, don't buy any new clothes. Just wear the clothes you have at home. We're giving too much into consumerism, you guys. I made it my goal this year to not buy new things. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're not buying new things. We're thrifting everything if we can. If we need anything, we're going to the thrift stores.
And clothes.
Go to a thrift store.
There was more selection at the vintage store.
So go back to the vintage store.
This is crazy. If anyone has any options, let me know. The stuff I ordered probably isn't going to get here on time, so woohoo! I wish
I knew where she was going. Let's read some of the comments. The world doesn't need to or should it coddle you because you enjoy self-harm. Oh, I can't go out expecting sympathy if I shoot myself in the foot for fun. You like to eat so much you deal with the consequences of that self-harm and shut up about it. You don't get sympathy for it. So I am also like, so you guys know that I'm a fan. If you don't, you know, you're gonna know now. I'm a fan of Kibbe, but I'm also like a big fan of like, they call it a capsule, I think. Capsule wardrobe, where you just have like staples. There's a list. There's a thing. I don't have a capsule wardrobe. I have a lot of clothes. I actually should transition to a capsule, but I like to have variety, especially for like weird shit. So, one of the things that's what I'm trying to get to is that she unfortunately didn't have this at the time. She had to order something for this event. I'm not sure where she's going, but what part of the things with like my mindset for some of the stuff that I have in my closet. So I have a black dress for funerals. I have an overlay to go over that dress for black tie events, right? Black, not that I'm going to a black tie, but I went to a wedding and I wore this, right? I have a nice like Sunday's best dress for like other, you know, daytime weddings. And then I have another like nice article of like I have another set of nice articles of clothing for like interviews or like professional items that I need to wear. These are things as an adult you need to make sure that you have in your wardrobe so that you're not buying a new outfit for every event, because most often, most likely, the events that you're going to, you're not going to see these people again. But also, if you do see people again at specific events, it's probably like one wedding this year and then another wedding the next year. If you wear the same outfit to a different wedding, there's nothing wrong with that. The only reason why it would be bad is if it doesn't fit the bride's color palette. But I mean, who gives a shit if you wear the same outfit to a different wedding a year later? Yeah. Uh, so unfortunately, either she outgrew, meaning she gained too much weight for whatever she has at home, or as an adult, she clearly is an adult. I would say she's probably even older than I am. She did not have the responsibility to have a set a set group of clothing items for special events. So if you don't have special clothing items for special events in your closet, come on, get to it. Get to it. Get to shopping. You're so lucky that you get to shop for those items. I only got to do it once, and I don't get to do it again for a while. Okay, so this says stay fat in 2026.
We're staying fat in 2026. We're not shrinking ourselves. We're not letting the fascists win. And we stay fat, my friends. Love ya.
Fat, hashtag community. First of all, cute glasses. I need to get a new pair of glasses. I may do a vlog where y'all are helping me like pick a pair.
Oh, hi.
Doesn't it look like we're before and after? Let's see. I don't know. Maybe not. We definitely look different. Sorry. It's just because my hair's up and I have glasses. Okay. Shut up.
Fat bitch and a mock neck here to tell you it's okay to say fat in 2026. You know why? Because fat and fascism don't go together very well. So what we're gonna do this year, and then this new year, new me, whatever the fuck bullshit. All right.
So one of the things that I absolutely hate is when fat activists like try to turn it into like a political movement when it's just like, baby girl, you just like to eat. It's not a political movement. Stop.
I want to see your double chins. I want to see those visible belly outlines. I want to see the cellulite in your thighs. I want to see it out, and I want to see it proud. None of this flattering nonsense. I want to see it.
It's okay if you want to wear flattering items. That's so stupid. Flattering has become like a slur in the fat activist movement where they're like,
don't worry about flattering. Just show off that fat ass belly, baby.
Oh, you know why? You know why? Because we're going to piss the fascists off this year at every fucking opportunity.
Okay, so comparing wanting to be in like a thinner, not thin, but like a healthier body size to fascism is so bananas to me because I've believe that the obesity epidemic is sort of a way for the government to control it's sort of a way. I would say it's like, I want to say passive fascism, but it's even still, it's not necessary. Like, I don't even want to use the word fascism because that's an actual terrible thing, and what I'm gonna say and what these people are comparing it to is not fascism really at all. But I feel like the obesity epidemic is like a byproduct of a way for powers to control and make a profit off of its citizens in the ways of taxing big food, big pharma, etc. So we, by remaining in a fat body, are giving in to those powers that be, and that's all I'm going to say. So it's not being in a fit body by your own means is not as bad or fascist as giving into like big food, giving into marketing from, I don't even know if I'm really wording this right. I feel like my conspiracy, now this isn't true, this is just a conspiracy theory, but I feel like the government is controlling us by, I don't even know if I want to say that. I feel like we've become like, especially people in obese bodies have become reliant on the government and help the government make a profit by taxing big pharma, big food, etc. And that feels more icky than just existing in a thinner body. There. You're helping putting money into Big Brother pockets. I don't know if that made any sense. I hope it does. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I just went on a ramble.
Okay? Stay fat, my friends.
She had to breathe so much. That was crazy. Okay, Charlie Brazen, 4,879 followers. Not okay, so she just does books, spicy books about fat people. Okay, go off. Good for you. Okay, so I don't even know. Does this black match? Absolutely banging custom trousers from such and such. I can't overstate how hard it is to find trousers that fit me well, look good, and are me. Go there immediately and buy from her. Lisa Lunatic. So she makes large items of clothing. This looks like flannel. I just liked her hairstyle. I kind of do. This is weird, but I actually do like the whole shaved side head. I wouldn't do it, but I do like it. I just want to put that in there. Is that real? American comedian on body horror queen Sarah Sherman visited the morphin machine right before we talk. Is that real? Oh. God, that was wild. Jesus. All right, so we're going to do one more. Let's find it. I feel like I need to switch up and do a different hashtag. I feel like I've seen all of these already. Or they're just not like that interesting to me. Okay. Fat phobia affects everyone, fat or small. The term dumpy is just so loaded with internalized fat phobia. To be dumpy is to be lumpy, bumpy, misshaped, not slimming, or all of the above. This comment is a prime example of what I was talking about in my original post, that the term flattering is now used by modern society to deem someone as thin looking without actually losing weight. No, I don't agree. Maybe yes for some, but I also think that there are such things as like flattering colors. Like that color is flattering on you. That necessarily means that article of clothing is making you look slimmer, because sometimes you can't look slimmer if you're fat, if you're in a huge body. I think flattering just means that it falls on you properly in the way that your silhouette requires. Not only does that term flattering hold a lot of fat phobia, it also holds a lot of misogyny. Let's clear what we want. Let us wear what we want. Life is too short and too fleeting to be concerned with people who don't fit into your idea of beauty. Flattering doesn't mean slimming. People will literally make up anything. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't mean slimming at all.
If the word flattering is not internalized fat phobia, then why have you used the word dumpy? Why have you used the word dumpy to describe something that you don't think someone should wear based on their proportions or body shape?
Because I feel like dumpy is a good word, or frumpy. Like I don't think that means fat. Like I have, a tiny bit of a waist, right? If I wore something that was rectangular, I would look dumpy. I'm not saying that it would make me look fatter, but it would be like that doesn't work right for you. You could just say stupid. You look stupid in that.
If not internalized fat phobia, why internalized fat phobia shaped? You've proven my...
Okay, here is the lovely Tess. This is our last one. This is the lovely Tess Holiday. Okay, fat face cards never decline, especially on big girls. They can call us fat, but what they can't say is we aren't beautiful. Confidence always in stock.
One thing y'all need to know about a big girl, okay, is that the face card will never, ever decline, okay? Ever. The face card is going to be...
With her cheekbones, because you can tell there's some cheekbones in there. If she had a thinner face with first of all, I did find out last episode with Angelica that she had lipo in her chin, like in her double chin. If she had a thinner face, Madonna, she would have been so much more famous, in my opinion. Not that, she's very, very beautiful. She's very beautiful. If she had lost the weight and then gotten a skinny face with those cheekbones and how big her eyes are, how pretty her lips are, the nose, she is very, very sharp. Like you can tell she's angular. She's just fat.
Lethal, okay? You can call us big back bitch, you can call us a whale, you can call us fat, you can call us whatever you can think of. But what you can't say is that the face card is ugly, okay? Because it's not, okay? So
people who do have like a lethal face card, who are so adorable no matter where they're at in their journey, if fatness, skinniness, whatever, I'm jealous of them. But I also noticed that a lot of fat women are like professional makeup artists on themselves. They always have a ton of makeup, and then when you see them lose weight, they wear barely any makeup. I've noticed it a ton. Tess wears a ton of makeup, and when she does not wear her makeup, you can see like her rosacea and shit. Like she looks inflamed to me almost all the time. But that's just me, That's just me. That's just who I am. A judger. I do be judging. All right, everybody, what'd you think of the episode? Let me know down in the comments below. What's another hashtag that I should do? Because I feel like I'm not catching some good vids, right? Put a hashtag below. What do you think I should cover next? Or maybe even the creator? Is there a particular creator that you'd like to see me react to? If you don't wish to comment anything in particular, why don't you leave me a pig emoji, because I'm about to have some pulled pork for dinner. And again, if you're new here, please consider giving me a subscribe. Don't forget that it's only $2 to become a member. If you'd like to become a member, you will like it. I know you will. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week or a wonderful weekend, depending on when I'm posting this. See you later.